Gareth, firstly, welcome back. Good to see you back. First things first, how are you feeling?
It feels longer than it has been. You know, obviously it's been a break and all fixed now, which is the main thing, and ready to go. I think I've got to take it easy still, and unfortunately I'm not going to be able to be in the dugout for a few games, but back at the ground and back at the training ground has been important for me. It's been hell watching from home and trying to do things from home, and I say watching, some games that wasn't even able to watch, the MK for obvious reasons, but and the FA Cup games very difficult to get a stream on and watch and things like that. So it's been quite frustrating, but I'll have to say that the Dobbo and the staff, I can't thank them enough for stepping up and taking it all on in my absence, and I know people will look at things and say, it's not gone great. It probably would have gone that same under me. So there's no rhyme or reason sometimes in football. I was doing plenty of team selection behind the scenes and tactics behind the scenes, and sometimes it goes like that, and you have these little runs. What I will say is I'm really pleased to be back in and on the training pitch for the last 2 days. As I say, absent from the dugout, for obvious reasons. I'm not going to be able to be as animated as usual, and there's a danger obviously of a ball hitting or getting run into or something like that while I just fully repair. But no, absolutely back in, and I'll be in the stadiums and I'll be doing all the team talks and things like that. So really, really pleased to be back. And as I say, thank you for all the messages I've had. All fixed and ready to go now. So just got to take it a little bit slower than usual, but I'll be fine.
So maybe not in the dugout for a few games, but you are able to attend games to watch from the stands, as it were.
Yeah, I tried to get to the Salford game ridiculously, but it was way too early. That was in the plan, and there's no way. And then Newport just came a little bit too soon. So to be at the ground will be important. I don't think I'm going to have to teach myself probably not to get so emotionally involved with the game. When I'm a little bit detached from the dugout, and at home it was okay. The Cheltenham game wasn't the greatest when Elliott scored right at the end there. That definitely shot the heart rate up. But apart from that, it's been pretty tough watching and just wanting to be there and inputting. So like I say, team talks and half times and full times, I'll be there. But the actual in the dugout for the game, I'll just be a bit more sensible on that one, and for once in my life, and have to control that. But no, going to be at the ground and at the games and fully present at training. Boys have been great. Boys have been great for Dobbo. They've been great for me all season, and I know what I've got in the building. They're a fantastic bunch, and we can win games without a shadow of a doubt. And we're going to get back to winning ways very quickly.
Performances in the main with Dobbo haven't been that bad, have they?
No, not at all. No, like I say, that the run of the green, and you look at the Grimsby game, which I think we win. We win with 10 men. We probably win with 11 men. The chances against Cheltenham, the chances against Salford. Wow, it's been good. It's been really good. Stats and performances have been okay. A couple of games. It's tough games that we've been in. As well. It's just tough fixture list. So no, really proud of the efforts from everyone, and looking forward to getting back involved now. And like I say today, me and Dobbo spoke, and it was good that I could lead the session, and he picks up the little bits that I don't see sometimes, and it felt like we were back to normal, and that's nice, But like I say, I won't be going mentally, everything. I can't do that yet, but I will be certainly having an input on how to win the games and the games that are coming up. And I look at the faces in that squad when I'm talking to them, when I'm presenting to them today, and I know we've got more than enough in this building to beat any team in this league, and that's what I want to get back to, and we must start sticking that ball in the back of the net, and we must start just the little individual mistakes that we've made a couple of times lately, eradicate them, and we'll be blowing teams away. Can't wait.
Just finally from me, a few knocks and niggles in the squad. Obviously Glenn Morris is out at the moment.
Yeah.
I think Litz and Robbie had a slight issues. Maybe Ewan coming back. Gareth McCleary, Johnny Smith, who perhaps comes back into the group and who sits out?
Yeah, sitting out, again, it's very touch and go with a few of them. Losing last week, obviously, Armani coming off at half time and Robbie coming off late on, so we've got to watch them to see where they are this week. But Gareth, Johnny Smith back, Ewan Williams back, all really good positives for the club. Obviously they're going to be a little short of match fitness, but to have names like that back in your squad is fabulous. And we're really looking forward to having some firepower, depending on what formation, which way I want to play. Looking forward to going over to Bristol and putting in a good performance.
Well, Gareth, good to see you again.
Thank you.
Matt Cole from Radio Kent, please.
If I could just take you back a bit, because we haven't talked about your original diagnosis. How much of a surprise was that to you when that was picked up?
Yeah, total surprise. We have an annual check every year. Being in the LMA with a fantastic organisation, the League Managers Association, and they partnered with Vitality Healthcare, and to have this an HCA as well. I've given mention to. They were the ones who did the check, and they just said you have a murmur, and it was picked up by the stethoscope. And I thought the stethoscope was just a bit of a tick box exercise, but actually no, it does pick up some serious stuff. So they said you have a heart murmur, and I couldn't believe it. I said no chance, and lo and behold, I did. I heard it myself, and then more tests revealed that probably had about 50% of my blood flow going back into my heart, which was quite a big amount, and so the valve was damaged and needed fixing. So I did suggest maybe waiting to the end of the season, and it raised a few eyebrows, no less in my owners here and the doctors as well, and they said, look, go and get this done. This sometimes goes bang, and you don't want that to happen. So again, brilliant that they've detected it. Went in, fantastic hospital down in Southampton, all fixed, all did. Quite a big operation, but nice scar to show off now. But all fixed inside, and now building the fitness back up and building up to where I was. But I would urge everybody to go and get checked. And if they put that stethoscope on your chest, then don't think it's just a run-of-the-mill thing. That does pick up some serious stuff, and thankfully all's good now. Like I say, I'm out of breath now and again, and can get a little bit breathless, but that's just like to be able to. I've had the insides messed about with, so we've got to make sure that I build back up, and I will. But as I say, it's back now. I'm back in, and it's about the boys, and the boys have been absolutely brilliant. They've all loved me being back, and looking forward to getting going again. And I had some great messages off fans, and not just Gillingham fans, but fans in football. And thank you very much. It's good, but go and get checked if you haven't been checked. They're important, these checks.
I think Richard Dobson said that you were on the phone almost immediately as soon as you could be to him, and in some ways they needed to protect you from yourself. How much are you aware of that?
Yeah,
how much are you aware?
I had the op on the Friday, and I think the intensive care was a couple of days after that. So the MK Dons was just a no-go. I didn't even know anything about that. But I think Dobbo says I spoke to him Sunday night. I sort of semi-remember that, and then but after that we've been pretty much in contact, and he's been great. He's done it before a couple of times for me, and done fantastically well. And like I say, for rhyme or reason, sometimes you go on these little runs. We just haven't had the rub of the green, and we had some good chances. But I'm here now, making sure that those chances will turn into goals, and let's keep some clean sheets, And like I say, it's not a great definite thing. Football, there's so many different parameters that can go either way. It's 11 against 11. It's not it's such a unique sport. That's why we love it so much. And we're going to give our best against Bristol. We've had some injury, hiccups and some injury bad luck, but it might be our turn for this little bad run now, and other teams will get it later in the season. We're still 4 points off top of the league. It's a fantastic position to be in.
Yeah, it's not far.
No.
You talk about what it's a unique game, but it's a uniquely stressful occupation being a football manager as well. Have you been longer term? Have you been given any advice or even instruction about changing anything that you do, or do you react?
No, I'm fully fixed now, you know, so it's just this initial 3 months period that I've got to just take it a little bit easy. But yeah, there should be no reason why I can't get back to the animated character I was before the operation, you know, and I'm looking forward to that. So just taking it easy just for this small period, which is a sacrifice that I'm willing to take. But Brad and Shannon have just been absolutely outstanding, you know, keeping in constant contact. Joe and Brad came over to where I live and to see me, and you know, I can't thank the club enough for the support they've given me. And like I say, I just want all the fans to realise we have a special club here, not just for the football, for many things. And yeah, lucky to be the manager and very proud to be the manager.
The fan reaction has been very warm, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, it's great. It's been great. I hope it can keep being warm after games, you know, if things don't go well. But they know that my team will give everything. The identity we have, they will run their socks off. They will battle. They will not give up. And I can't wait to, you know, be back at a live game. It will be on Saturday. I'll be away from the dugout, but I'll be at the game. And I can't wait for that. I really can't. So looking forward to it. And as I said, my squad is a very, very good squad. Very good squad. I believe we can beat anyone in this league. But Bristol Rovers are a very good squad as well. They're all professional footballers. It's going to be a tough game, but we'll give our all.
Have you targeted a game that you'll be back in the dugout? Is that being taken out of your hands? Not yet.
No, not yet. It will be. I think the final sign off from the surgeon will be an important day for me. But no, I'm here now, and I think when I feel right, and I'll know when I feel right, I'll be in the dugout. But yeah, at the moment. Just taking the odd session in training. I'd say the important sessions to me, the match day sessions, are going to be the ones I want to take. And Dobbo, Pete, Darren, you know, they pick up a lot around me, and they've been great.
You know how much football is in between players' ears. I mean, it's going to be a boost to you coming back, isn't it? You are part of this.
Yeah, I hope so. You know,
and a big figure.
It'd be nice, you know. But as I've said, I don't think they've been bad anyway. I think they've been decently performing well. Just not had the rub of the green, just not had the luck. Seb's had a couple of great chances where I think he slots them in. We go on to win games, and that was because he'd just come back from injury and probably wasn't. Now he's scored a great goal Saturday. I think he's going to go on to great things, you know. And yeah, so I think it's just all timing and little bits and bobs. And I think yeah, we're in a good place. And I say, if that mental thing that me being back helps, then brilliant. But I'm looking forward to doing it as a unit, as a team. And as a group of fans. I think there's over 1,000 coming to Bristol on Saturday, which is magnificent support, and I am to make sure that they see the efforts on that pitch. Are proud to wear that Gillingham shirt.
I think it's fair to say from all the players who told us they would love to win for you on Saturday.
Let's hope so, eh? Yeah.
And has it given you any, what you've been through, any different perspective on your work as a manager, you know, as part of your family? Does it give you any difference now?
Yeah, I think things like this always put things in perspective. And but what I will say is, it's probably told me that, you know, you just keep living the best life you can as much as you can, and don't, you know, there's a lot of people going to hospital and don't come out of hospital, and they get told different things and get told, you know, terminally ill or something. I've been fixed, so I'm one of the lucky ones, and I'm saying now, make the most of every day, you know. I think I did that pretty much anyway. I really did, you know, and so I'm glad of where I was. So there was no fear in that. I was super fit when I went in before the op. I'm losing a little bit of my tone and my fitness. I'm getting a bit of ribbing from the staff. So come January, I'll be back in that gym, getting super fit again. But perspective is something I probably didn't need too much of. I'm pretty grounded on that sort of thing, you know, and it's just one of those things, you know. And like I say, if there's anything, then I'd say other people go and get checked, because it can happen to anyone, and I'm lucky that mine was found.
I'm back singing again soon.
I don't know about that, you know. Well, definitely the football comes first. So once I start winning games again, and we can see me in the dugout, then the singing might follow. But I'll definitely be singing at the end of the season if we have a good successful season, and that means, you know, being a mile away from where we were at the end of last season. And I think we we're a better squad this year. I know we're a better squad this year. We're a better group of boys. We have a better infrastructure. We have a better identity. All these things are coming together. Where we finish, you know, may not be the driver of have we been successful. All those other things will be, but you know, it's always a sort of a, you know, it's what's the word? It's sort of a byproduct of all those things, the results and where we finish, and hopefully we can have a nice byproduct at the end of the season.
Great to be back.
Cheers.
And when you were off, Gareth, I don't mind, we were joking that maybe some of those games weren't great for your heart. What was it like watching? I mean, there was some games like Grimsby and even the FA Cup recently.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get to watch the FA Cup, which was very, very frustrating. So, you know, that was a very tough one because of sort of, you know, EFL streaming rules and whatnot, and how we can see games. You know, I think it's difficult for any channels to get all of the FA Cup sometimes, and we didn't get much highlights when we did see us on TV. But for the EFL League games, obviously, you know, I got to see them, being a member of staff, and it was, yeah, tough watching. One of the things is we're a little bit behind when I'm watching the game as well, so it doesn't come through actually live. So some of the decisions I want to make are probably 30 seconds or 45 seconds too old, and so that's tough doing that. Ringing people at half time and texting people at half time saying, have we had a think of this, have we had a think of this, you know, and but it was very, very difficult. And you ask anyone who's been on that sideline in that dugout, you act and see things, you know, on the hoof sometimes. You're just looking and you have to make them decisions, and Dobbo did fantastically well. He did, honestly, and I know that you know, results weren't everything. The performances for me, you know, we created so many chances. I felt for him after the Grimsby game so much because the referee's decisions that I thought were, well, when Mayo's card got rescinded, so obviously that one was an incorrect decision, just changed the whole concept of the game, you know. So I think a win there and the Cheltenham game, we really should have won on the chances, you know. It's probably a couple of wins there, which makes everything a lot different to what it looks like now. But no, they've done fantastically well, the guys, and watching it was very hard. It was.